swap out for international wall adapters, but this is actually a redesigned power adapter, at least internally. Inside, it has been cushioned for better shock protection, but they've also replaced the metal USB-C connector for a plastic design. Not sure why they did this, but it might be more durable. Now, the setup in this case is slightly different to take advantage of some of the new features with this MacBook Pro. Now, this is the first Mac to use the Siri wake-up command. So just like an iOS device or your HomePod, you can now use your voice for hands-free Siri interaction. And of course, you have to train your voice in order for this feature to work. Now, this works thanks to the T2 chip and the 3-microphone array. Similar to iOS, the T2 chip allows the computer to monitor for your voice using very little power. So as long as the computer is open, you can command Siri even when it's locked or sleeping.
The weather's looking good on Sunday. Up to 77 degrees.
Also new to the Mac, but not new to iOS, is True Tone. So again, we get a demonstration of how the True Tone display works. So in addition to brightness, the adaptive sensors will also measure for color temperature. So this will reflect the ambient lighting conditions of the room the computer is in. And what's great is True Tone extends to attached displays like the LG 5K display or the Thunderbolt display, and even the touch bar is using True Tone to match the display on the MacBook, so that's pretty impressive. Now, because True Tone needs to use the ambient light sensors and the T2 chip in the MacBook Pro to adapt the display color temperature, this will not work if the lid of the MacBook Pro is closed. So for attached displays, if you want to take advantage of True Tone, you'll need to make sure your MacBook Pro is open. The display is covered edge to edge with a glass panel with a nice anti-reflective coating, so although we have a glossy display, it does one of the best jobs in terms of mitigating glare that I've seen on any other laptop. The IPS display, once again, is 13.3 inches with a resolution of 2560 by 1600. That's good for 227 pixels per inch. We get 500 nits of maximum brightness along with the wide color spectrum of the DCI-P3 spec. We still have a 720p FaceTime HD camera in the same location as before with an LED indicator along with our ambient light sensors. In terms of the touch bar, once again this replaces the traditional function key row for a contextually aware and interactive OLED display. It's still a really nice looking design and I discover new uses for it every time, but it's still something you have to consciously look at to use. Face ID didn't make it to the MacBooks just yet, but Touch ID is still here at the right edge of the touch bar. So again, this is the same Touch ID 2 sensor, so it's pretty quick and accurate. You can use it for unlocking your MacBook or for authenticating for passwords or payment. The glass Force Touch trackpad is still here as well, so once again, instead of a mechanical trackpad, we have a taptic motor that replicates physical clicks. Again, it's pressure sensitive, which gives you a new layer to the user interface, and is still one of the best trackpads on any laptop. There is one visual tweak that's unique to the 2018 model, and that's a slightly redesigned symbol on the Option key, which is a bit taller than it was from the 2017 redesign. So I'm not sure why they keep changing this, but hopefully they've settled on this and they can roll this out to other keyboards later this year. Once again, we get a backlit keyboard with individual LED lights for each key, so it's a very clean looking backlight. But by far the most important news here is that Apple has added a silicone layer underneath each keycap, which is designed to mitigate dust intrusion